After spending an amazing week exploring the capital city of Belgrade, we decided to head 2 hours away to the small village of Gola Glava. This was where Anna's grandpa was born and raised, and it's where we'll be spending the next week living like true Serbians. We'll be making Slivovits from scratch, learn how to cook traditional Serbian dishes, and enjoy time with lots of family.
And this is where it all began. Right behind me is where my grandfather was born. This house was built in 1925. All the other siblings, including my grandfather, went to school, they moved away, but eventually when they were ready, they came back to Gologlava and built 4 houses across the street, so his entire family was here. All the houses have been passed down now that they're all gone. Spending a lot of time with family, dogs, showing you guys around and what it's like to live in a Serbian village. To start this video, we thought it was a really good idea to take a cooking class. What better way to learn to cook than from your own family? This is my dad's cousin, Danica.
All right.
All right, let's just get started. Start, you have 300 grams of cheese and 3 eggs, and you'll mix it. Afterwards, you'll have phyllo dough. Your first layer, you'll put oil first, just a little bit of oil, malo oil, a little bit of mineral water. Afterwards, you do another layer before you put the cheese on, and you repeat those steps. Final step is just rolling it. This is why it's different than gibanica, because gibanica you would just continue to layer. This is something I've actually never had before after you bake it.
This is what it looks like at the end. And it's gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes.
She's gonna finish up the rest because I need some practice, and also because we're gonna eat together as a family at 10 o'clock, so we need to hurry things up. We were just talking about how my dad has been calling me 3 times a day since I've been in Serbia, and I answer and I talk to him. It's totally a different life when you have a foreign parent. I feel like they're always checking in on their kids.
Having family, Anna's family here in Serbia, has made the experience so much better. Uncle Nick has driven us everywhere, bought us a lot of coffee and food. If you have family in any country around the world, highly recommend going to visit them because it's a very unique experience.
Now we're gonna have some Turkish coffee. We obviously showed you guys that in our Turkey videos. If you missed them, click right up here. This is my dad's cousin Dragan. He's doing something that my grandfather always did. He's pulling out some Slivovits for breakfast.
Živali! I thought I was the only one that made a face when I drank Slivovits, but it's the Serbians do it too. It's always the first little bit, especially in the morning. It's rough. And this is how you live long, because these two look great, by the way. Dragan is 73.
68.
68 and 73. And I guess this is how you do it. Live out in nature and drink Slivovits.
Just like
And love.
Yes, and love.
First love.
Oh, that is the cutest thing.
I love
It is the man of my life.
Oh.
Last year we had plans to come to Serbia and visit my grandfather. He was 90 years old and sadly he passed away in July. There's all these things in the world where people say, oh, this will make you live on it, whatever. But my grandfather had a shot of Sliv every morning, and he also loved ho-ho, so sometimes he'd just have a ho-ho for breakfast.
This is the final product. It looks unbelievable. Crispy, cheesy.
Thank you very much.
We are gonna eat.
Yes.
Now we're gonna dig in. We got smoked ham, cheese, pita, which we made with Danica.
And we're actually gonna make the beans and soup later today, maybe for lunch.
Just peel it off. Ooh, the cheese you can see oozing out. The crunch, and then we have some yogurt with it too. Bravo!
So good.
Ever since Anna and I started dating, she's always told me about this little village in Serbia called Gologlava. For 6 years, I've been hearing about it, and I didn't know what my expectations were, but they weren't this, and that is for sure. I didn't know there was a pool overlooking this gorgeous scenery. This is way, way, way better than I thought, and I think we are gonna be coming back here the rest of our life, especially one day we'll bring our kids along.
Welcome to the Ivković Oasis. This has got to be one of the most beautiful spots in all of Serbia. We learned that one of the secrets to living a long, happy life is having lots of pets. Here, Dragan, Mama Desa, and Danica have 3 cats and 2 dogs, and we love coming to play with them. My favorite part about dogs here is that they're free to roam between each yard.
You're so tired. You work too hard.
You had too much fun.
All the vegetables and fruit we're having every day with them is from the garden. We got tomatoes, we got peppers. Over there are plum trees. Now Dragon is bringing us to his plum and pear trees.
These are plums. This is how you make plum brandy, which we keep talking about. That's Slivovits. My grandfather also used to have a plum farm. I remember when I came when I was younger, I would eat so many plums a day. I got really, really sick because they're just so easy. You just grab them and eat them. They're my favorite. They're delicious.
Let's just say you can't go hungry in the Serbian village. Dragan is harvesting the plums right now, and he's got a huge stick and he's batting plums down. Ooh, it's raining plums. Half he sells and half plum brandy he drinks with his friends. It's a nice system. You'll never run out of alcohol. Let me tell you, this is not easy work. Down on the ground here are plums that have dried out in the sun. These are dates. These are a lot of money in America. But right here in Gologlava, they're free and delicious.
I want to let you guys know that we're going to get to watch him make brandy on Sunday, so wait for that towards the end of the video.
It's time to introduce the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform where millions go to improve their skills and level up their careers. Nowadays, we are getting pulled in so many different directions, whether that's scrolling on social media, checking the constant news stories, or even researching some interesting topics like cryptocurrency or real estate. One example is that I promised myself I would post at least once a week on YouTube, and yes, I failed immediately because all that wasted time on other things could be utilized to get your YouTube video done, and then you get to enjoy life. Luckily, I just watched a great class on Skillshare called Essentialism by Greg McEwen. One of my favorites was when he asked the question, what is something essential in your life that you're under-investing in? For me, it's YouTube, friends, family, and of course, can't get enough of Anna. If you want to watch this class and thousands of others, you can right now by signing up through the link down in the description below. The first 1,000 subscribers to sign up will get 1 month free of Skillshare Premium. Now, back to Gola Glava.
We're back with Danica making a few more dishes. Like I told you guys earlier, we're making pasu, which is beans. They are so good. She already has them boiling, and then she's making the onions. The next thing she's making is supa. It's going to be a broth with some cow meat and vegetables. One thing I know about Serbians is that they use a ton of oil. My baba used to always cook, and my mom would be like, oh, she's using a lot of oil. And I never really realized what that meant until I got older and started cooking myself. I feel like in America, we just kind of splash a little olive oil, grease the pan up, but they like have layers of oil in their pan, which is fine. I love oil. Bring on the fat.
First course of our lunch/dinner is supa. At the end of the table, of course, Serbians love their tomatoes and hleb, which is bread. Now we are gonna move on to the beans. This is what was in the oven, and then meat's coming out. This is just a great start to traditional Serbian food, and let me tell you, this brings me back to the US because Bojan is always drinking and eating soup, and then he also loves tomatoes. I can't get over this. There's always tomatoes inside the fridge at the Ivkovic household.
We just finished eating our delicious dinner. I think that Ian and I both agree that one of our favorite dishes here in Serbia is pasu. Dragan actually grows these beans in his garden, and that's so cool. Oh, I can't wait to make this dish at home. Thank you, Danica and Dragan, for having us.
Nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing.
The first thing we do every morning here is go on a walk with some coffee. The house you see behind me, my grandfather built. We were actually supposed to do a top 10 Serbia video where we were going to travel this beautiful country. I know this country has so much to offer, but as soon as we got to the village, we did not want to leave, and we're not leaving. My Baba and Deda, which is Grandma and Grandpa in Serbian, passed away. Baba passed away 3 years ago, and Deda just passed away 1 year ago. Of course, the first thing I had to do when we came here was raid their scrapbooks. Baba was really, really good at keeping every picture ever. She has pictures from like my mom's side of the family. She just loved pictures. Maybe that's where I got it from. I told you how important family is in Serbian culture. Family is like all that matters. My grandparents are from Serbia, but they actually lived in America for 8 months out of every year to take care of my brother and I. That's a very common thing for the grandparents to kind of help raise the children, especially when both of my parents worked. So I was best friends with my baba and dada. Like, I didn't like anyone else besides my baba. I would scream for her at night. I loved her so much. I was the only granddaughter, so they like just really loved me. Here's pictures of my grandpa building the house that we're in right now. I'll have Ian kind of overlay. I went to a Montessori school. When you were in 5th grade, you had to write an autobiography and also pick a country report. So I chose Serbia. I decided to dress up because I go the extra mile for school. This is me in a traditional Serbian outfit. My baba was so happy to see me in this. I'm sitting down reading to my 5th grade class. And then over there, she made chorba, palachinke, and brought it to my class. She made everything. It's so weird when they're just gone. You don't feel like they're going, you know? Generations of my dad's side of the family are buried. These are my baba and dada. It's a really, really cute picture of them. My uncle Nick did a good job picking it out. Ian and I are gonna light a candle, and I love this story. My grandfather, I got him this because he loves Slivovits, so he always took shots. I was talking to Danica, and she said that every single day that he took his Sliv, he would drink it out of this glass and tell everyone, my Adriana got me this. So I just thought that was such a special story. Živeli baba I deda.
Here you go in, climbing over the fence now, and we make our way through the backyards 2 houses over, and we will get to Dragan's house.
Out of my grandfather's family, everyone has sadly passed away except for Mama Desa. She's the last one and the oldest one at 92 years old. She is Dragan's mother.
Bravo.
Bravo.
She's so cute.
We drink together.
Okay.
We drink together. Živeli.
That fast every time.
It had to be 2 minutes since we started this, and Dragan already kicked Anna's butt.
Today we're learning how to make Slivovits, which is plum brandy. You saw the very first step, us picking the plums and putting them into the fermentation bucket. Once they're fermented, he puts them into this machine, and he just lit the fire. So there's wood down here.
When it boils for 2 hours, it will slowly go into this contraption. We have no idea what this does. Looks like the final step is to put on his own filter to finally concentrate the rakia.
Dragan was saying that this is a happy operation. It's a happy machine because what it makes you happy.
We are tearing down some more trees and branches to feed the fire because you gotta keep it going for 2 hours.
The Schliv smells so strong in here. I feel like I could get drunk if I just smelling it, just being in here.
Dragan was just telling us that he creates the brandy, the rakia, to become 60% alcohol, which is quite a bit, but then later he waters it down to become 42 to 45%, so it's a little less intense. Here is the rakia pouring out already. It's only been about 30 minutes. The rakia started pouring out at 80 degrees Celsius. Dragan just got 2 shots and put it into this cup, and now he's diluting it with 2 shots of water.
Mama Desa's down here, and she's going to try some.
I love it. We're here with the whole family. Generations of Ivkoviches down here. Ivkovic.
Once Dragan's done making Slivovits, they go into these barrels and they sit for at least 1 year. But of course, the longer they sit, the better. Just like wine, it ages really great over time. Another interesting fact is if you notice that the Sliv that's coming out that he's making right now is clear. So I asked, why is all the Sliv I drink yellow? And it actually gets its color from being in these oak barrels.
And if you remember when I was with the locals in our Milos Greece video, if you missed that one, you can click right up here. They gave me my first ever rakia shot. Was I supposed to zip it? You could tell in that video, it was pretty harsh.
We're outside of Gola Glava in the town called Valjevo. We're here with Dragan, and this is a little bigger city than obviously the Gologlava village. We're starting our dinner off with a classic Srpska salata. We have bread and traditional Gologlava wine.
This is a Serbian national dish, Kada Georgia, named after a hero in the First Serbian War. You open it up.
Oh.
And it is big as Karađorđe.
Oozing out. It's cheese, oil, and then pork's inside here. It's breaded, and I'm about to try it.
I've actually never tried or seen this dish until coming to Serbia this time.
Oh my god, delicious.
Really?
I don't know if it's the oil, butter. I think it's butter inside. I don't know.
We're at Lobački Dom. Loose translation is hunting house. Dragan got a peppercorn steak and it's also very delicious. This place has amazing food and he says it's one of the best places here in Valjevo.
Another one of my favorites we've had here. I've never had this in my entire life, but it's grilled halloumi cheese and it is to die for. Serbia, you know how to do food. You gotta try this dish when you come to Serbia because it's a guilty pleasure. I would never get this. I rarely eat meat, but because we're in Serbia, it's a meat country, and if you're gonna have something meat-wise, have this.
It's been an emotional day. I just reminiscing on all the memories and whatever. I'm sure a lot of you out there can feel me. Comment down below if you do understand what I'm talking about. And just with the sunset and the beauty and the peace here, it's just a really great energy. We were on a night walk. It's really nice out, and so we decided to stop over to Zorica and Boba's house. They're also cousins of my dad. Zorica was named after my grandmother, Baba Zorica. We're pulling the stems off of aronia berries, and you can make juice or jam or put them in desserts. But they have a lot of vitamins and antioxidants, and this is what they look like. This is our last day here in the village. We're heading out back to Belgrade. Ended off with getting a awesome bottle of Sliv from Dragan, said goodbye to Mama Desa, and it was very sad.
Mama Desa's crying because Anna's leaving. It's so cute. She's in this window over here.
Aww, ciao Mama Desa.
Ciao, Mama Desa.
Ciao.
We'll see you soon. We love you.
Lovim te.
And of course, saying bye to these guys. We were with them the whole time. They loved us. This will be our last video in the Europe series, so if you missed any, you can click right up here and watch the whole playlist. Serbia, you were very good to us. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you thought, and we will see you in our next series. Who knows what that's gonna be.
I don't want to leave.
She's so cute. I'm gonna miss the village.